Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a request for how I do my eyebrows. And I do it sometimes more natural and other times I do it a lot more sharp and defined. So I'm going to start off because I have definitely been needing to go through and groom my eyebrows lately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my start to finish grooming process. And I forgot my scissors. Be right back. Okay, so first things first, to get started, the first tool that I'm going to use today is, I have a spoolie brush. I just use the end of my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer here, and I brush my eyebrows. I use my scissors, and I spoolie up here, and basically everybody, all of these guys that are up here that are sticking up, I trim those down at an angle upwards because I like my eyebrows to be arched upwards. So I do that for the side that is arched this way. I pull them up this way, but then when I come over here to get to the tail end, I arch it the other way. And I just trim the little guys that are peeking up above everybody else. A lot of other videos I see, they say to pull your eyebrows down as well. And sometimes I do that. I don't completely trim all of those guys off. What I do is I will brush them down here, and if there is anybody that is just outstanding, standing out, being crazy, like, I'm not supposed to be here, then I will trim those guys down. I feel like if you go through and you trim them too much, you will have exceptionally thin eyebrows, and nobody really wants exceptionally thin eyebrows, especially not nowadays. The bushy eyebrow thing has been quite in here lately. But I feel like this is a great start. It really helps to keep everybody in the same area. They look uniform, they look happy, they look clean. And then I go ahead and I do the same thing to my other side. So for the next portion, there are two tools that I will generally use. Normally, if I'm just doing my makeup and I notice that there is some hairs that are out of place, I will just go in and I will pluck them out. The thing is that I had to learn how to get over is the fact that I have a lot of nerves right here in my eyebrows that directly connect to my nose. When I was just starting out grooming my eyebrows, I would always end up having a sneezing fit for like 20 minutes for each hair that I plucked out, which is why I found these awesome little eyebrow razors here. These guys are really cool because you can just go in, it's really quick and easy and painless. It doesn't make me sneeze, and I can just shave off any of the guys that are unwanted in there. And it's quick and easy. The only downside to using one of these is the fact that the hairs will grow back a lot quicker. And whereas when you are plucking the hairs, you're pulling them all out, and so they don't come back as fast. But for today, I'm just going to use this because this is one of my favorite methods. One thing that I never do though is I never go in here in the center or trim up in the front. My eyebrows are not symmetrical, so this one always comes down a bit further than the other one does. And so I just leave these guys alone in hopes that maybe this guy might grow in a little bit better, which is part of the reason why I fill in my eyebrows every day. So now I feel like this is pretty good. I normally try to go and brush through just to make sure that I don't have any stragglers hanging on here. And everybody looks pretty good. So now I am ready to start penciling in my eyebrows. So I do have the Anastasia brow definer. However, this isn't my favorite tool to use because it just feels like it's really big and chunky. And I don't know, I feel like I don't get the same, I feel like the Brow Wiz, the Anastasia Brow Wiz, I feel like I have more control and definition when I use this. And it's just a really teeny tiny pencil. I'm actually at the last of mine. It's almost gone completely. However, I'm going to show you one eyebrow with this, but I'm also, on the other eyebrow, I want to try out a new product that I just received. It was in my January BoxyCharm, but it went to my mother-in-law's house, so I just now received it, and I'm kind of excited. It is the It Cosmetics Brow Power. It's supposed to be a universal color. So I am curious to see how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Anastasia on this side, and then I'm going to go in with the It Cosmetics one undo this side. So when I start out, what I do is I start at the front, and I just try to make a line from here to the very end. When you start at the front, you want to have a light hand and maybe press, if you're going to press harder, have it be at the tail end because you don't want it to be very super harsh throughout. So it should be softer and lighter up here at the front, and that is going to give you a more natural looking eyebrow. Once I get to my tail end here, I will just go ahead and hit the top part up here just to try to complete my my tail end. And your spoolie is always important because it helps you to blend out where you've put down a lot of product. You can always just blend that out and make it so that it's not as deep and dark if you weren't meaning to do that. So at this point, I am going to come back up here and get the top line going. Same thing, I just do light brush strokes up here without too much pressure. And when I get to my arch, I don't want it to be like a super angle, so I get over here and I just sort of curve it down. So to fill in, actually, I brush them with my spoolie just to see where we're at. And then what I like to do to make sure that I haven't missed a whole bunch of places in here where it should be looking full, I will brush my eyebrows down. And I don't know if you can see, but there is going to be a little white spot in there that needs to be filled. And I basically just use this like if it was a marker. And I just gently go back and forth just to fill in that area. Right? But you have to make sure that you color in the lines with this one, otherwise it'll be a hot mess. And then I will brush my eyebrows back up, and it looks much better. It's much more full looking now, and there's not a whole lot of spaces. So for the end of my eyebrow, and this I feel like is the most difficult part, some people like to measure when they do their eyebrows. I believe it is right here at the end of your nose, and you go straight up, and that should be where the end of your eyebrow is. As you can see here, I have a huge space. I honestly don't like to do this because I feel like it makes my eyebrows look just way too big for my face. I play it by ear. I will take my line down to about here. No, not there. I take my line down basically to wherever my hairs stop, where they start to get really sparse, where my last dark hair is where my bottom line, I will bring it down. And then what I will do is I will take with just a gentle flicking motion to try to achieve hair-like lines, and I will flick it upwards and then back in the same direction as my hairs are growing. And I want it to be light-handed up here. I don't want it to be super dark. I will then go in and brush my eyebrows up, because if you brush your eyebrows up, everything that on your face should go up, which is going to create a youthful look, as if you got some plastic surgery with your makeup. And because I just went in and I trimmed my eyebrows by brushing them up, I don't have all these crazy stray hairs that are standing straight up, because they're all at the same length now because they just had a haircut, and they're looking good. So I will brush these up and back, and these ones I'll brush out. Sometimes let down if we still have some crazies in there. So this is what I do on for my everyday natural type brows. I'm going to go ahead with the It Cosmetics one and see how that one goes on and how it works. And then I will show you how I cut out my eyebrows. I'm not quite sure how I like this one. It has sort of an oval shape to it at the top, which I'm not used to. I'm used to it being more of a pin, where it's a very fine point, and I like that. I feel like that is much easier to control. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this work for me by using the edges as my controlled line, but it doesn't seem to be working how my Anastasia one did. I actually like this one better. I feel as if it really did give me more control than I thought that it would here at the front part. If you can look and compare, this one looks so much more defined than this one does. And I know that they say that eyebrows are sisters, not twins, which is always the case for me because my eyebrows don't even want to be related most of the time. But I actually think I'm going to take this one and I'm going to go over here and try to define the hairs at the front of this brow, just to make them look a little bit similar, because I like the way that that turned out. Okay, Google. According to the It Cosmetics website, this pencil is meant to cover gray, look natural, and it's packed with anti-aging powerhouse ingredients utilizing cutting-edge brow enhancing technology. Apparently, this is supposed to match all hair colors, which I think is pretty freaking cool. I think that's damn cool. It also says that these will not budge or smudge throughout the day, which is nice. I don't know if any of you have had to have a smudged eyebrow, but goodness, that I think is one of the worst things that can happen. It is paraben-free, fragrance-free. Bixby, no one's talking to you. Stop. What was I going to say even? It is paraben-free, fragrance-free, phthalate-free, and sulfate-free. It infuses a blend of brow conditioning ingredients, including saw palmetto, nettle extract, green tea, biotin, lecithin, vitamin A, C, E, grapeseed, and panthenol. exclusive transforming shade adjusts to every hair color and gives a beautiful, natural looking brow. Also, for every pencil sold, It Cosmetics donates one to Look Good, Feel Better to help women face the appearance-related side effects of cancer with confidence. Millions have been donated because of you. So that's really cool because you're getting a cutting-edge, sciencey, awesome sauce brow pencil, but then also everyone that you purchase, they are going to donate one to help somebody who is going through the battle of cancer. On to the next. So now I'm going to show you guys how, this is my everyday. I don't do the cutting out on my normal everyday because I just really don't have time for that. But if I'm getting all fancy with my eyebrows and I really want to cut somebody, I will go through and I will cut out my eyebrows. So what I use is I use a concealer. Any concealer will work. Even if it's a little bit lighter than the normal concealer that you use, that's fine. Because if you have a lighter under your brow, it gives it a lifting appearance, and we have already learned that a lifting appearance is a more youthful appearance. So I normally just put a little bit here on the back of my hand. I have a very flat brush here that I use, and I just get some here on the edge. I get some on both sides, and what I'll do, and you have to have a steady hand for this. If you have had 5 cups of coffee, do not try that. Just maybe 1 or 2 cups of coffee, pretend like it's a surgery or surgical accuracy for this. So I start here at the top, and I just am following the line right underneath. And when I get back here, sometimes it's easier to just pat and pull, pat and pull. And then straight down this way. And I pull it down because I'm going to end up blending this out. We don't want to have too much concealer right up under there. But as you can see, this has cut that out so it makes it look completely flawless, like there's no hairs there whatsoever. I try to get as close as I can. And then we go ahead and we go in and do it on the other side. Now, if you really want to get fancy with it, you can go up and do the top part, and every once in a while I will do that. I feel like that just doesn't look as natural when you do it that way. So I usually just do the underside of my brows, and I just wipe off my excess here, and then I will take just like a flat brush like this, and I will just start to blend this out so that it's not, hey, I'm concealer, I'm right here, look at me. So I'm just gently patting and dragging it down. And sometimes what I'll do with my extra concealer, if I still have it on the back of my hand, I will just put it here to prime my eyes for my eyeshadow. Okay, and that is it. That is how I do my eyebrows. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that it was easy to follow along with. It does take some time. You're not going to get this the first time, every time. You won't. Eyebrows take a really long time to understand how and where to put the pressure at. But always just practice, 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 and you will get it. Like I've told everybody before, I have learned everything that I know about makeup from other YouTubers, and I'm really proud of being able to accomplish that based on learning off of YouTube. It also makes me really proud to become a YouTuber so that I can help others. I look forward to hearing any requests for anything that you would like to learn in the future from me. Definitely let me know down in the comments section if you want to see anything, if you have any questions about how to do your eyebrows or where to get any of these tools. I will try to link all of these down below so that you guys can go and check them out and pick them up. Yeah, so that is it for my brow tutorial. We will see you next time. Bye! When I just start I'm looking for a word. What is the word?